So
question.
I am not.
And then I raise the point. Does it mean does the lady have one child or does the man have one child?
Man and female have one child.
Okay. And how again? If the man breed the woman and just run away, what happened?
What she does, she states who the father is. They locate the father.
Suppose she don't know the man.
A fair problem that then.
I wonder if the reason why we have so many problems is that there's so many people. You think that's it? Or, no, let me not say so many people.
Can you come in like I don't want to wipe off the population like Thanos?
Slow down.
No.
I don't like all that no sounds.
No.
No, but it's the part about
Maybe not off.
So many people. You have to look on China and the law where them have and banning families from having more than one child.
China?
Oh, they took that seriously.
Yeah, but now they have a repercussions to it. Now they have to have more than one now.
Because the men outnumber the female by 33.4 million.
And they did kill off them girl pit them and dash them away. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Because
the one child policy?
They preferred having their males over their females. So when they have a female, they either give them up, throw them away, do something to make them disappear.
No, they didn't give them up or throw them away, they killed them.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to, I was kind of just edging towards it. I didn't want to say it
we don't need to be political, we don't need to be nice. They killed them.
I'm sorry, but that hurts me. But I know that's the reason they're having a little problem now because appear man in them society. They don't have no female. Okay, they're having a big problem because they don't have no man. Appear man in them society.
No, they are female, them just have 33.4 million less females than males.
So that's why they had to revise.
They have enough to keep the population going.
They had to revise that policy, and now the persons who have one child, families that had one child, are allowed to have another. You know, they revised that policy.
Yeah, we know they had a policy.
It's now to 2. We know that.
Yeah.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
I just think it's funny because it's so bad that there's a holiday in China that's called Singles Day.
Wasn't that Japan?
No, that's not Japan. That's China. Wait,
No.
there's a holiday in China called Singles Day that celebrate the single men, and that holiday brings in more revenue than Black Friday and Christmas combined.
Wow.
So, Danny, if you ever want one man to go China for you.
No, that's not fair because
You're married.
Danny?
No, the Chinese outnumber us on a global scale already. So when they do something, it has effect. That's not fair.
What were you saying, El?
No,
I was
nothing.
saying that we need to go China.
We are not going to China.
Right.
I wasn't referring to you, Mikhail. I was referring to me and Danny.
You're married.
Shh.
No,
Again, why?
because, hold on, is it because technically that means that there can be like 3 men to 1 woman?
It means we can choose. I'm probably not so bad.
What?
Alright, good night, everybody. It's nice talking to you.
We have a buffet. It's like all you can eat. You just take what you want.
Oh, you can. It's not a buffet, woman.
Will you get that? How will you reach for that topic?
I'm just saying, since there's so many males and not enough females down there. I mean, come
Yeah,
on,
there's
Danny.
not a lot of Chinese nationals, but there are plenty of other persons there, including us Jamaicans.
Exactly, and we're exotic to them.
Again, you are married. You've been married for a couple of years now.
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
Can I have my ring, please?
Whoa.
Take that part out to get him to go to him.
Words, no. Marriage paper signed, I'm confused.
Apparently not.
Allegedly married. Oh, okay. Do you allegedly say I do? That's what I'm wondering.
You know, ceremonies.
You're not funny. You're not funny.
Alright, get back to the point. I'm just saying that if I'm just saying, okay, there's
Saying
a possibility. You know?
Possibility of what?
You know,
You're not funny on this. That's nowhere on target.
we were taught.
That's nowhere on target.
Anyway,
On a real though, on a real. If there's so much less females than males here, that means that one woman can have more than
Ooh.
More than one man.
No, here
Ooh.
is a very interesting issue. You know, a lot of families that didn't kill their female, they decided to raise their females like males, right? I mean, pour them money and send them to school. So these females are educated, highly educated, right?
There's still less females.
I know there's still a female, but here's the thing: in China, it's frowned upon if the female is wealthier or more educated than the male, right? So these females,
They're short, basically.
exactly. So these females, so you have millions of females that can't get married because they cannot find a man that is either richer or educated, more educated than them.
No, not even that.
I didn't find a man and so much of the men them.
No,
They're not viable
They're
suitors, my
overqualified
girl.
For the males, that's the problem.
Exactly.
It's funny, but it's true.
They're not viable suitors. They're
even though
up to par.
even though you have a lot of millionaire Chinese nationals,
Yeah, do you hear all this, Danny? That's what I'm saying. We need
Even
to
though-
go to China.
can I finish my point,
Sorry.
please?
I want to go to China.
Even though you have a lot of millionaire Chinese national male, most of them are already married. So there's not a lot of picking for these educated millionaire females, right? And if they do choose to be with somebody who quote unquote beneath them as their standard, they will be looked down upon, and the society stigma is great for them. So sometimes they choose not to be married. So that does increase the pool of men that can't get a female. So that's a very interesting cultural shift right there. So they resort to buying female from other countries such as South Korea, Vietnam,
Yeah, just buying female. You don't forgot all the details, sir.
They love the talent, bro.
or even kidnapping them and force them into forced marriage. Because a social standard, being married gives you a level of social standing in China.
Again, Danny, we'll talk later, Dan.
What? You two are now planning a trip to China.
Well,
can-
not right now, obviously.
She can go on.
I am not trying to learn all those characters of the alphabet.
5,000 characters.
Don't worry, let's
Yeah.
speak English now.
We have 26 letters and we still make grammatical errors. Come on. You know what I just realized? This is kind of easy, but just think about it for a minute. What if the government came out and say, alright, Jamaica, you can only know after this stage have one child? Well, how do you think they would respond to that?
How is it they can say, but what is it? What you call it?
Let's say the Prime Minister himself came on air in a press conference and said, we have just passed this in Parliament, this new regulation going forward, that it is important that each female ensure that they have only one child as of this date in 2020.
And across Jamaica, the collective millions kiss their kids at the same time.
Very much. Yeah, one big kiss it.
Pregnant and I have twins. What am I supposed to do? Give up one?
Yeah.
About
You
one.
need to send one, no.
Send one to your auntie.
You can, no. Remember, what some Chinese people did, because again, some of them are wealthy families. They actually sent the other child abroad to live, like in Europe and
So
America.
which Jamaican can afford to do that?
Rich people.
So if a poor person can't have twin,
No.
I said wealthy families.
Well,
They can afford it.
Well, actually,
so may I tell what, because you know so much poor people in Jamaica.
don't
they can't
cuss,
have more
don't
children.
cuss,
No,
don't
me, I
cuss.
cuss.
Do
Because
not
only-
cuss.
me, I know
This is a discussion. Please do not cuss.
I'll be quiet then. I don't know, let me talk. They want to talk.
But we are making it talk, but you're just cussing. We're trying to have an educational conversation, but all you want to do is cuss.
Okay, what was she cussing about?
I have no idea. Something about
You see,
poor
maybe-
people and pitney.
You see, you don't even listen to what me I talk about, but it's alright.
No, I listen to when you're talking. I don't listen when you're cussing.
Jesus.
No, because it's want to talk over. But anyway, let's
Not because you're cussing.
continue your.
If
your,
you want, you can
Yeah.
put your input, but please do not cuss.
I am
Okay,
saying.
Hell, bring your point forward. Let me hear it.
I was saying that you cannot tell Jamaican people that. You cannot dictate. We do not like being told what to do. So yes, you can say that as much as you want to say it. Will we listen? More than likely 99% won't. Cause honestly, you can't tell me you have clinics you have Planned Parenthood things in place, and you still have teenage pregnancies. You still have people with 9. I mean, I don't know if you remember when COVID first came.
Pregnancy can still be one child. We're talking about if you have more than one.
I'm saying that from COVID, you see these people come up on the TV with 9, 13, or more children. Who are you to tell them to have one, and how are you going to make sure that them only have the one? You're
After
going to
them
go
give
around,
birth, after them give birth one time, sterilize them.
and if them pitney dead, they have the one
Adopt.
pitney.
Adopt.
And then if them, if a poor person have twins, what happens then?
If they
There's
have
no way
if-
you can enforce something like that in Jamaica.
I think there should be a clause that if they have twins or triplets, then that's fine.
You have special permission to keep them if you have to. Let's say that.
How are you going to enforce that in Jamaica? Let me ask you guys. How are you going? You're going to cut them? And why are you going to cut the female them? Are you going to cut the males as well?
Yes, we got the meals.
Good luck to that. Because meanwhile, know so much Jamaica man are going to want them thing cut.
Okay.
The females them not gonna want their thing cut either. But what you do is once they have a child, you bring them to a military camp, tie them down, and then cut it.
Cut what?
The sperm duct.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
So
What?
question.
I am not.
And then I raise the point. Does it mean the lady have one child, or does the man have one child?
Man and female have one child.
Okay. And how again? If the man breed the woman and just run away, what happened?
What she does, she states who the father is. They locate the father.
Suppose she don't know the man.
A fair problem that then.
You see, this is so
no,
that cannot
no.
happen. I'm just saying that
You're just looking at it at the point that them state that one thing. When a politician states a law, there is a well documented guideline out there that dictate what under what
they
circumstances
say
this
a lot
situation.
of laws and they are not enforced. You can chat as much as you want. Chat, stand up in front
We're
of the
not
podium.
saying-
There's no way.
Let's do this. Hold on.
There's no way you can
We're
tell
not
people what to do with
saying-
their
we're not
body.
saying-
And not only can you not tell that in Jamaica, you will see the amount of human rights across the world start pressure people.
I'll give you guys a different question.
Okay.
Same thing, but it's changed up a little bit. Let's say you are allowed to have as many as you want, but you have to do a financial assessment to see if you can afford to have a certain amount of children.
Sounds a good idea for the educated mass. Why you can tell the other people them? You can't tell them that.
For-
Why you and
Wait,
me
are
can't
you
have
saying
pregnant?
only educated people have money?
God have mercy.
Okay, you cannot make it sound like that.
Okay.
What if you're
Educated
what-
and persons with money.
What if you're educated and poor?
Hold on, let's put it this way. If you can afford one child, you should by law only have one child based on your financial assessment.
What
If you
if
can have 10, go right ahead because you can financially afford it. What do
In-
you say to that?
in China they had the same rule?
Hold on, let me
And
talk.
we have to be financially educated.
Who's
No,
gonna?
not educated. No, not educated. As in, by when I say financial assessment, I mean they're doing a financial assessment on your
So who will be doing that financial assessment and how would
Ministry
you?
of Education, Ministry of Finance.
Who
Sorry,
you think you could sit down and assess how many persons are in Jamaica?
that's why you have an organization. So when you want to
Okay.
have a child or when you're pregnant, you send in your application, and and then they come. What they can do, they can have the banks assist with the matter. Same
What
way I
you
get a
guys are
loan.
talking about sounds similar to needs. You want to control the people then.
The number would not be fixed because, of course, you can get richer or poor as years go by.
Yes.
So it is like going to do a credit check, for example. That's what it would be like.
Okay then, suppose I had 10 children, because I could afford
Can you
it.
afford 10 children? That's the question. Can you afford 10 children?
If I could afford 10 children at the time, I had 10. Let me talk. If I had 10 children, and at the time I could afford the 10 children, but I made some bad decisions, and no, I can't afford my 10 children. What
Well, it
happens
done
then?
gone bad. You already had the 10 children. You could afford the 10 children.
When you have them.
When you have them, that's not the point. What we're saying is that if you want to have more children, you should be in a financial
So if I
position.
can't afford the 10, what happened to them then?
Listen to me now,
Oh,
woman.
sorry, my bad.
What will happen is that the financial assessment is when you're pregnant or when you want to have another child. After that point, the child is your responsibility. So if you're say for instance, you are rich enough to have 10 children, and then down the line you do something stupid and you're only rich enough to have one, right? Because you already have the 10 children. Because you already have the 10 children.
Okay, let me use a monetary example. Sorry to continue. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Look, because sorry, she left. She's back now. As I was saying, because you had already have the 10 children, there's nothing that can be done. It's not like them can come and subtract the children from you. The children are already yours.
Yeah, but there's so many ways people can
There's one
argue.
thing about what I would want to is that there's a financial bureau that actually helps you to still maintain the 10 children.
How about you have the financial bureau without?
No, the financial bureau within the again, when they did assessment on you, you could afford 10. Now, if again things happen in life,
Hold on. Suppose the financial assessment is done when you already have 9 children and you're pregnant with the 10th one.
what Jamaican say? Let's call it a day. You already have 10 already, so if you could only afford 9, well, you get the extra one.
And then we get 10, and then we go back again. Oh gosh, me have a next one for 11.
Why you push out so much pitney? That's my question.
It's happening now.
Who's the father for those children?
It's I'm supposed to have one man for every different
The
pitney.
government legit.
Hold on, hear this now.
The next one.
Hold on. You said that for me, but it's supposed to lady have 10 children and a 10 baby father. The man can honestly say I want pitney for him.
She forget beaten. She have
I
10
want
baby
it.
father.
She listening to it. Every man have one pitney. So she not breaking
But
her rules.
first and foremost, we're not talking about the one-child policy right now. We're talking about a different. We're talking about a different policy.
No, you're saying the policy that you're.
The funny thing is, hold on, the father. What if the father can afford the 10 with the 10 women? That's the funny thing.
Yeah, because so much Jamaican sperm donors can afford so much pitney. That's why then.
Then the law is good because if you're the person say you can't have more than one child, that means the law is only talking to women.
No, we never said that.
No, we never said that.
But it's easier to
guys,
track women than men because the men they can just.
Let me put this monetary so that we have a figure we can work with. Let's say to maintain a child is $1 million per year. Right?
Jamaican.
Hypothetically, this is a wishful thinking. Hypothetically, that's easy number for everybody to wrap their head around.
Okay.
Hypothetically. And let's say the man and the woman can somehow together make this $1 million. Even if the woman is 800,000 and the guy is 200,000, and somehow is 200,000 with other women, which by our eternity purpose mean that he's a $20 million guy that can spread his weight that far, he can still be qualified as a parent because he can afford it.
So even if they the guy with
So
200,000.
let him finish now.
Sorry.
Let him finish.
So basically what I'm saying, let's say you have a child, right? You and Leo, you have a child. You can only contribute 200,000. You contribute 800,000. Right there, you guys can afford one child. Now if Leo go on bad and get rich through the years, he's not a 200,000 man anymore, he's a $2 million man now. So him find 9 other women other than you. So the same 200,000 he gives you, he gives that to all the other 9. So he's fine. So on his end, he can take care of the child. You just need to make sure you don't make anything less than 800,000 a year. You understand what I'm saying?
Do you understand it?
I understand, but I feel sexy. That statement somehow is sexist.
Hypothetical situation. It could be different.
Because it's easier if you're going to do a financial. No man not gonna tell you how much money they really have.
No, the reason why the financial assessment would include the mother and father that ideally.
Suppose the father don't want come, fathers don't even want to write their name on birth certificate.
You know, there are some countries that they literally hunt down same thing that they were talking about.
Yes.
They would find the man.
Yes.
Okay.
And the police will hunt down this nigga.
Okay.
Make sure that he takes care of his child.
Yes.
Yes. We can't do that. We can't even get them to write their name on the birth certificates. Or we're going to hunt them down and tell them to give them financial.
Then down there with a man and I'll write him name on the birth certificate.
Suppose my heart one day and just want, and something happen.
Buy a dildo.
And something happen.
Buy a dildo.
And something happen.
Buy a dildo.
The dildo wasn't in place at the time the man was there.
Ro-
Okay.
Alright, so what does any of what we just talked about have to do with parents?
Because we're making sure that we as parents have the financial capacity to take care of our children, and we're making sure that we have enough money we can take care of ourselves. When our children are adults, we have money we can mind ourselves and afford the children. See, it all tied up nicely.
Because ideally, what you want is a system where both parents who contributed to the creation of the child do contribute to the child. Because we have a big problem. I am very proud that I was raised by a single mother, and it's not an easy thing. But when you understand the fact that life could have been a lot more easier. It could have been worse, but it could have been a lot more easier if there was a second person contribute to certain things, not just finances. Because it's just the little things. Because there are certain things that you will learn from a male-to-male perspective, from a father to a son, and what you'd learn from a mother to son. Because if anything else, the mother is developing you to be the ideal gentleman or man that she would want. You are not getting to see the point of view of a man. So you won't understand the struggles that he may have to face in life. You have to face those probably on your own without having a clue about what they're about. It's just like the double standard. You have a guy who leaves university. He decides to stay home with his family. Maybe help out a little bit, but he doesn't get his own place. What they call this man? Workless. To the contrast, a young girl leaves university. She does the smart thing. She saves money. She doesn't rent. She goes home to her family. What they call this girl? Smart. So that in itself is always going to be a problem if we don't change certain things. I mean, if you're running down gunmen and drug dealers and everything else, we need to run down some of these fathers. If they don't want to even look at the child, help the child financially.
We also have to instill in these guys that they need to have a responsibility towards the child. Not necessarily towards the mother, but definitely towards the child.
You can teach them this in common sense.
It's not the business with the mother. If you have issues with the mom, that's fine. Just make sure you're there for the child.
And you can teach all of these standards in common sense class.
It all comes back.
What about those mothers who purposely force the men out of the child's life?
You have to teach in that common sense class too.
I think the law needs to look at them as well, because that's not good.
Yeah.
Because there are too many instances where you have this really annoyed me though when I found this out a couple months ago, that there is a state in America, and I need to go back and search what it is, but a state in America where you can literally be fined to act as a father once someone puts your name on birth certificate, even though you're biologically not connected to the child.
Yeah, from your write your name on the certificate, you are consenting to being responsible for the child.
No, not the daddy. I'm talking about the woman wrote this man's name. This man was in jail. That's how funny the story was.
Wait. She wrote his name without his consent?
Yes.
No, that's not
The man
right.
was in jail.
No, that's not right.
The man was in jail, and the only thing the judge was like, "Alright, I don't want to hear the nonsense from you, sir. Or you need to pay this woman." I'm like, but the man's like, "I was in jail. There's no way I could be the father." Even when he did the paternity test and brought it to the court, they didn't want to hear any of that. I'm like, what?
That's stupid. That means that woman can write any man's name in that state.
Exactly.
Yeah, because she said that she wrote his name because she wanted to get the welfare. I'm like,
That means right. Bill Gates then.
Exactly, right. Bill Gates' name, and then get.
the difference between Bill Gates and this nigga is that Bill Gates is for the lawyer. So I don't know how your chance is gonna work out with that, but go ahead. Be my guess.
Probably not him, so him for, a town lawyer or somebody. Not even a lawyer. Him for some,
A doctor.
No, but
not even a doctor. Doctor, we find way find somebody who have money. In a village.
But most people who have money have somebody who have sense
But
to
not too
protect
much
them.
money, just enough. Probably.
So aim for a small business owner then.
Yeah, probably.
well,
Which state is that?
Well, that's what I said. These mothers who are literally pushing the fathers away from the children. Again, that's a different situation. Maybe they're doing it because they know this father is a bad influence. Maybe the father's abusive. It's all different. But if it's something out of spite and that's the only reason, yeah, these mothers need to be
Fine.
properly by the law.
Just to give an example, I saw a video one time on YouTube of a guy who, in basically, I caught this late, so I'm never there when the baby just born and all of that, never there when him sign out there and not seeing baby. This guy put money into a baby shower in buy a house in a different state that's closer to the mother so he could have lived there. In make a So he had his career in a different state and he was doing very well for himself. And when he tried to get pregnant, he took her today. In that house, he could have a room dedicated to the baby. The baby shower was epic. I've never seen such a rich baby shower in my life.
Wow.
And everybody else tell him to not feel pick me, and he's like, well, he knows I have sex with her, so who are they to tell him anything?
Wow.
Tell him one day, say, you know what? Do something they say. A DNA test. He come back saying you are 0% related to this.
Damn.
So after I give up the baby and sell the house and everything, him can have to meet the father because he want to shake that man in your hand. The way that the man actually step up and say, alright, I'm going to take care of the child. Him admire that because him fall in love with the baby anyway. Him feel attached to the baby. So he's like,
That's why.
That him actually meet the father, but he said he was very important with him practice all of that because I'd be so devastated.
Like,
I know
that's why any woman, and I mean any woman who's such a pregnant for me, I dare need to suffer run.
Okay, well, any comments?
I don't even care if she's my wife, I dare need to suffer run.
Again, L, any comments?
If I find a good man for a picnic with, that's all I say.
Okay.
man.
My goodness. That is.
I'm still having up the China. I'm not letting go of China yet, though.
Go on.
They know if I manage money well.
And their wives are submissive to them.
No, I'm a Jamaican wife.
Their
not
wives are
Chinese.
submissive to them.
I'm going to be the exotic wife.
The exotic wives are more submissive to them.
No.
You have to cook. You have to
It
cook
depends
clean.
on who you find and
You have to
who you
cook
can
clean.
manipulate.
This is not a romance novel. You have to
I'm
cook
not
clean.
talking about no romance novel. I ain't going all the way to China for go getting in a submissive relationship.
And if you can get, you need to cook clean and produce
There are how
picnic.
many people in China? You just said 33 million men, no?
There's 1.4.
Okay, alright. I don't really care about all these people.
1.6 billion people.
1.6? Are 6 them rich already?
Okay, you said 33 million single men. You cannot tell me that there's not a
No,
man.
I never said single men. I said there's 33 million men more than females. There could be more single men.
Okay, thank you for that correction. There must be one that no wants a submissive wife. There must be one that can appreciate.
So you can search the landmass of China that you can put
I don't need
a
to
dozen
search, don't
country
worry. I will
to find
figure
that
it out.
one.
You don't need to worry about my
find
life.
that one.
You don't need to worry about my life.
Give him a friggin' ring.
I ain't worried none.
Again, listeners, for those who don't know, the people who are bantering are married
Married.
to each other.
Allegedly.
No one else, just literally to each other. Oh, it's still 1.3.
It's 1.3.
It's going to be 1.4 soon.
So it's 1.3 billion people in China.
No, it has to be more than 1.4. This is from 2018.
This one.
Bloody hell. Let me see, 2020. Yep, it's past 1.4. Anyway. Oh. As of September 23, 2020, based on the World Meter elaboration of the latest United Nations data, there's 1.4 billion. Wow. 1.2 billion.
Okay, so see?
Yep. It's a lot of... That's
Why don't
good
you
news.
go to China?
That's the only thing right now. It's a bad point to be there. But
So why do you want to go
No,
there?
but In all honesty, if you're gonna listen for a man, why a Chinese man? Why not a Brazilian?
Ooh,
Or
you're right.
like,
No, that's not too much problem now. Too much HIV.
So me what?
I mean, if you go something with it, at least go up.
Somewhere I could be appreciated, you know?
Appreciated. When I appreciate you.
Not the way
You
you
always go
talk.
to Alaska.
What?
Siberian winters are very cold, so she'd be very active, is what I'm saying.
Ugh, no, me and Cobra don't agree.
You know, they used
Brazilian was so
in
much
Alaska,
better.
they used to practice where one female have multiple husbands.
Where?
Alaska.
Oh,
Got
too much work.
Nah, I don't think she can pass as a husky.
I just want one good husband.
and what am I?
Why would you sit down and wait until the contract is made to be up before you step in? When you can't already reap the benefits when it's earlier?
Well, I think Claro tried that.
Clara free, nice free.
Stop that. Stop that.
Sorry, I can't. I always